Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Lafeld Agrochem, together cultivating your success.
It's that time of the week yet again, and we couldn't be more excited to be with you.
And boy, do we have lots to show you. Welcome to this very special episode of Niche Farmers.
In this episode of Niche Farmers,
we meet niche farmer Jacky Goliath from Northern Paarl in the Western Cape, who farms with Fynbos and indigenous plants.
Our commercial farmer is Wayne Mansfield, who farms high-quality lemons for the local and export market.
Also, we meet the inspirational Opa Nkwana. So, Wilson, how's your newly planted veggie garden coming along?
Oh, Roseanne, I'm over the moon, and it won't be long before you guys see all the progress.
I'm looking forward to it. But that's often the first step to becoming a farmer, right? Is starting with a veggie garden.
That's correct. I mean, I've always said that I'm a farmer at heart. But I have to say thank you to Lafeld, eExtra, and Wanda. I mean, without them, I couldn't have possibly pulled this off. So thank you very much.
So where can our viewers get hold of the eExtra and Wanda products?
Oh, that's the easiest part, Roseanne. eExtra and Wanda products are available at all Lafeld depots.
Sure, and there's so many of them. They really are everywhere.
That's correct. And the bottom line, Roseanne, is nothing, but nothing makes me happier than to see things grow.
That's so true. And I think it also holds true for the featured farmers on our show today. The first of which is niche farmer Jacky Goliath from Northern Paarl in the Western Cape, where they farm with Fynbos and indigenous plants.
How beautiful. What a fulfilling life that must be. Let's have a look.
The Fynbos Nursery started in 2001 in my business partner, Elton Jeffers, in his backyard, and that was in Kylemore. We started only with 1,000 plants, and it went so well, we've decided that we needed to make more. And that was actually the beginning of the business. Originally, we started with Fynbos plants, which is your proteas, your pincushions, your buchus, and other indigenous crops. But we have diversified so much because everybody just wanted more. So since 2001 until now, we have grown so much that we are now on a 22-hectare farm and growing much more than 500,000 plants per year. In South Africa, it's very important to create jobs in the area where you are working and also to include the local people. So we employ quite a bit of people within this area, and for us, our people is just as important as the business itself. Partnership in the farming world is very important. As you know, with the changing environment, with the climate, changing in the technology, even the changes in the marketplace, you need to know who to talk to and who to network with. So as a farmer, you can never be on your own, or you can never work on your own. So for the Fynbos, I see ourselves being one of the biggest players in the ornamental and agricultural farming sector. I see ourselves being sustainable together with our workers to make an economic change in the local community. And for female farmers, I see that there will be much more female farmers coming on board. So for the Fynbos, I see a very clear future.
Wow, how inspiring is that? And Roseanne, what a privilege it must be to live in such a beautiful part of the world.
Absolutely. So we need to extend a very warm welcome now to our special guest on Niche Farmers today, Dr. Mabila, also known as Doc. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here today.
Doc Mabila has such a touching life story, rising above extreme challenges in Bosveld Citrus Farm to become a professional footballer and study medicine at UCT. He then sacrificed both his football and his studies to reach out to the poorest of the poor to contribute to a better South Africa and Africa at large. He's a program manager of youth zones, a director at Amaverkykers, and director of Beter Einders. Doc speaks all South African languages, but wait, there's more. Doc Mabila is a leading authority on preventative anti-rhino poaching with experience in SADC through Hlawula Vutomi Youth Zones project. He is also a founder of Friends with Impact. Doc is a strong believer and hopeful about the future of South Africa through real people, real stories, real empowerment, and real dialogues. Finally, Doc works closely with Laveld Agrochem's Start a Seed Pack project, which has helped many communities that Doc works with.
Wow. Welcome, Doc.
Thank you.
So let's talk about our niche farmer, Jacky Goliath, who is into Fynbos farming.
Yeah.
What's your first impression?
I'm from the other side of the country. I'm from the Limpopo side. That's where I grew up, in the citrus farm. And when I saw the Fynbos, they look amazing. They look beautiful. They're stunning, to be honest. I'm very impressed.
So, Doc, Fynbos is quite a geographically specific crop.
Yeah.
So how important is it to plant your crop in an area where you know that crop's going to work?
Yeah, look, that's very important in terms of information. That's why through our work, we got a lot of farmers, different farmers. Some they do crop normal vegetables, some they do some in citrus. So it's crucial to know what to plant where.
Yeah.
You know, for me, Doc, this says farming is far more than just what we know, staple food farming.
Yeah.
There's more to it. This is more than enough proof to that. Do you agree?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And because I also don't think there are already people who have been doing farming in these rural areas, and we normally call them small farmers. I think they're big farmers, whether they're getting a hoe or a spade. They're already farmers. They just need to upgrade to commercial level. But some they're already selling in a local level. And I think it's more beyond being a small farmer, a niche farmer.
And you know what you've said is something that we've heard all the time with every single farmer, every single co-sponsor that's been on the show, is the importance of information and the correct information.
Very, very important, because even the type of a soil, I mean, we have, there was one of our beneficiaries from Mahalakwena, he was here in the show, Norman. I mean, he invested a lot of money just only in the rural area, but you wanted to know what type of a soil is there, the chemicals, and you must go to his garden. Everyone's like, they believe like he's got some superstitious stuff because his vegetables are like big spinach, but he invested a lot in terms of information, what type of a soil is there, what needs to be planted.
What you put in is what you get.
That's correct. But you need to know, you need to have the right information, and that's very important.
Remember, you can find out more information about all our featured farmers on our website and in our rep articles. Here's how.
Niche Farmers is on every week. Same time, same place. But if a weekly dose of Niche Farmers is just not enough, or you maybe want to watch an episode again, even share the episode with friends and family, you can. SMS FARM to 32210 and we'll send you a return SMS in no time. Click on the link we're sending you to open the info wrap. Then simply complete the form and submit.
That's right, guys. Please SMS FARM to 32210 and get our weekly rep articles. You'll be so glad you did.
Absolutely, Wilson. If you think about it, Niche Farmers is about so much more than just farming. It's about changing lives for the better. And one of the ways to do that is to get out of debt and then stay out of it. We want financially healthy farmers.
Most certainly, Roseanne. But debt does not discriminate against anyone. Whether you're a farmer or a lawyer, just starting up or well-established, debt follows you. And for many South Africans, it swallows you.
The good news is that debt counseling is discreet, it's unique to your situation, and with DebtSafe by your side, you'll quickly be on the road back to financial freedom.
So, take control of your debt. Visit debtsafe.co.za today. That's debtsafe.co.za if you struggle with debt.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
After the break,
we meet commercial farmer Wayne Mansfield, who farms high-quality lemons for the local and export market.
Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Laveld Agrochem. Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Laveld Agrochem.
Welcome back. Right, for our next insert, we're off to the Western Cape again.
Meet commercial farmer Wayne Mansfield from Fruitfield Farming in Paarl, who, listen to this, started out as a fruit hawker. Today they produce high-quality lemons for the local and export market.
They pride themselves in staying abreast of the latest smart farming trends, creating significant employment opportunities for local farm workers.
The farm's name, Fruitfield, signifies the product they sell, as well as the importance of the family name in business. Let's take a look.
I started farming 7 years ago. As a fruit walker going around farms, I noticed that people were planting lemons. And I thought by myself, farmers wouldn't plant lemons just randomly. I knew that there's going to be a gap in the market. I got a great opportunity from Mr. Charles Beck to lease the land and farm with lemons. When I started there, I knew nothing about farming. And today we are exporting around 400 tons of lemons. 90% goes overseas as the export markets. I use an agent to export my lemons. Around 10% is for the local market. The Department of Agriculture, Western Cape, assists us with farming. Then I have a few mentors, Mr. Charles Beck, Mr. Donald Maton, and then I make use of Laarveld for purchasing fertilizer and chemicals, and they come visit me weekly for pests and diseases and on the trees, so we make use of them as well. For me, on my farm, is very important, is very crucial to monitor the pest so you can get the best quality and the best product for the market. So it's very important to have partners to back me up. At the moment, I have 12 hectares of lemons, and in the near future, I see myself on a bigger farm that is 120 hectares big. I think the most important advice I can give an upcoming farmer or a farmer that wants to get into the farming business is to understand what your market wants and farm towards that certain market. It will help with sustainability, profitability, and it just makes business sense to do that.
So we saw now that this is a family-owned business.
Yeah.
And it seems quite a common theme in agriculture that it's a family business that's then at the heart of the community, empowering that community.
Yeah, so and which is good. I mean, it's also, you don't want to have a family where you always receive. What I like about this farming, you just have to go out there and do it. This is a proper sustainability for family, and also at the same time provide food for the community around where they stay.
I mean, you look at Wayne. There is no doubt that he is an accomplished farmer. He's good at what he does. I mean, and it shows that it can be done, that when you put in some effort, the results will be there. The results are almost inevitable. It's just very inspiring.
Yeah, look, this guy, he didn't even know, when he started, he said he didn't know about farming. And you got the right, you need guidance, obviously, mentors, you need Laarveld, Agrochem, the guys, the expertise in terms of chemicals. But this guy didn't know anything. But it shows that if you put your effort in something and you put your mind into it, look at what he's doing. He's growing. And he's hoping in 10 years, 20 years, he's going to have a biggest farm. And he's going to do it. His attitude is great.
Yeah.
He's got great people around him. And anything is possible. And this is a good story, and it's good story of hope, which can make everyone to be food secure in our country.
So the thing about farming and making it a family business is that there's always something to leave behind. You're creating a legacy which your kids and their kids can then work on and work into as well.
It's not going to be easy, but you're doing it, and it's going to help to sustain your next generation, the future generation in your family.
Yeah. And it's also very important, Doc, to take it one step at a time. I mean, oftentimes we look at the end product. We look at the end result. We look at those farmers that have made it big. But I think it's important to look back and to trace the journey from where it started. And the bottom line is that we start small. We have to accept that.
Prove yourself, right? So you create your own luck. And that's what we also teach in our network amongst these communities.
Doc, let's talk about farming from a macroeconomic perspective. How does agriculture create sustainability within the South African economy?
Look, I grew up in a farm myself. I'm a farm boy. But it helps a lot in terms of we export a lot. Like him, he's exporting overseas the lemons. But also it shows even during COVID, there was so much demand of food. And people, I mean, I was helping to distribute food around the country, and sometimes there was a lack of it. And we saw how crucial is agriculture. And a lot of people now, they want to get involved in agriculture and food security, but it's something very big for our country. And there's so much demand outside there from us to export. There's a big market on it.
And it's about more than just food security, hey?
That's it. I think we need to create a culture where you get a normal guy in the most disadvantaged community to able to be food secure, to able to feed themselves, their families, and that's where we need. Otherwise, we will have less problems in our country. People will be able to live full stomach, they won't be hungry. I'm happy again. You guys are doing a great work to expose these beautiful stories so we can create hope in South Africa.
And that's also why you shouldn't miss our next inspiring story coming up right after the break.
After the break,
we meet the inspirational Oupa Nkwana.
Plus, it's competition time.
Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Laufeld Agrochem. Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Laufeld Agrochem.
Welcome back. Roseanne, we now turn our attention to a story that proves there is hope for humanity.
Absolutely, Wilson. This is the touching story of Oupa Nkwana.
We have started the garden 3 years ago. The reason behind is we have realized that we've got a lot of kids in the community and then who don't have parents who help them with homeworks. So we brought the kids in the church, but we realized that we need also to give them food. As you know, food is very expensive. So we decided to start our small garden. We started with small 3 beds with the spinach, a small place, and just to feed maybe 10 or 11 kids. But we realized our number is growing now. We've got 120 kids. So we extended the garden. Now I think we've got more than 14, 15 beds of spinach and the other beetroot, onions. But we started small with 3 beds of garden. We've got a few Afrikaans churches in Pretoria who are helping us, with buying of seedlings, buying of compost. And then we have few organizations, NPOs organizations, who are helping us, with the training for children, how to do gardening. Like one organization, Farming in God's Way. So they came to help the elderly people, the parents, to know how to farm in God's way. So the future is to extend it and also help the kids to have small gardens at their homes, because they'll be able to feed their families. So our main aim is to teach them here at the church, but also to go and help them at homes to start a small garden. So my advice, especially to those who are in rural areas and those who are serving in the poor communities, that we need to teach people skills like starting a garden or starting any kind of skills that they can use to survive, to sustain themselves, because we can't keep on living with the handouts. So we need to teach the community how can they survive on their own.
And that is why Niche Farmers is a movement. In fact, it is the movement. You can stay as you are for the rest of your life, or you can choose to be part of something much, much bigger.
I couldn't agree more. Dr. Wilson's point, why do you think that some people talk and dream about the change and other people actually go and become the change that they want to see?
Yeah, look, looking at this Oupa story for me is so inspiring. Instead of him going out there and beg and ask for food for his crash, he's actually maintaining his crèche by planting and even installing the skill amongst the kids to how to plant. And that he sells to the community, he's feeding the community while he's taking care of the kids. And for me, there are people who really have a heart for the good, and everyone has a good in them. No one's born to be a bad person. So it's all about Niche Farmers program. It's helping the people to activate that good part of the human being.
Very true, Doc. I mean, you look at Opa, over and above having that community garden. He also is very passionate about children all in all, but especially about children in the Hammanskraal area.
Yeah, look, I mean, to have, it's a difficult space. I mean, myself, I work in Hammanskraal. I mean, you got kids who on weekends got no one to look after them, or the parents are gone drinking, or during the week it's the same thing. Some are off to work, and to have someone special like Opa is very, very, and we need more Opas in South Africa.
Doc, what's your take home from the inserts that you've seen today?
Look, for me, it just makes me excited because we need more of Jacky with the Fynbos, Wayne with the lemons in the middle of Cape Town, and Opa of the crèche and feeding the community and feeding the kids. My biggest thing, my hope to take home is just inspire or be a reason that we have more of these 3 people champions around our country, so we can have a better future for all.
Yeah, there is hope for humanity, isn't there?
Look, we can get more of these 3 champions, and they are there. It's all about, and that's what I like about Niche Farmers program is you go out there and unveil these assets, and we celebrate them, and then that's how we make our country to be stable and to be food secure.
Right. Folks, that brings us to a very important part of today's show, competition time.
The third prize, valued at over 10,000 Rand, gives you a double bed with mattress protector and a set of pillows, plus Lafeldt seed packs. That's treated seeds and fertilizer enough to produce vegetables for a family of 8 for an entire year. The second prize includes a queen-sized bed set, mattress protector and set of pillows, plus the Lafeldt seed packs, all valued at over 15,000 Rand. And finally, the first prize. The lucky overall winner gets a king-size bed set, mattress protector, headboard and set of pillows. The Lafeldt seed packs plus 50,000 Rand in cash.
Before we say goodbye, here's a quick reminder of AgriSkill's upcoming one-day short course on the basics of veggie production. Lafeldt Agrochem is subsidizing the course down from 900 Rand per learner to only 500 Rand, which includes lunch and your starter pack. This short course will be offered on the following Saturdays coming up, so take your pick.
And don't worry, if you missed any of the information, it's all available on our apps, for which you simply have to SMS FARM to 32210.
And a very big thank you to you, Dr. Mabila, for joining us in the studio today. It's been so lovely to have you.
Yeah, thank you. It was an honor to be here.
And a big thank you as well to our featured farmers, Celebrate Farmers, because without them, we would not have food security.
But our biggest thanks today goes to Lafeldt Agrochem, our title sponsor, who, without a shadow of a doubt, is changing the face of agriculture, episode by episode, with Niche Farmers.
Indeed, and if you're already a farmer and you want to contact a Lafeldt agent in your region, do yourself a favor and visit Lafeldt's website. Their web address is on screen now.
Till next week, friends, goodbye. And please go like our Facebook page if you haven't already done so.
Yes, let's build the movement together, the Niche Farmers movement. Take care.
Take my hand, stand tall on my shoulders. I'll shine a light for you to see. Together we rise. Together we touch the sky. We'll shine the light and keep.
Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Lafeldt Agrochem. Together cultivating your success.